It was just past 4 in the afternoon when I pulled my car onto the long gravel drive leading to the historic Vineyard Estate outside Charlottesville. The tires crunched loudly, announcing my arrival before I could even force a smile. I'd driven 3 hours from my apartment in D.C., carrying a modest bouquet of white roses and lavender, Lauren's favorite since we were kids. Nothing extravagant, just my quiet way of showing I was still here, still showing up like I always had. The venue smelled of lemon polish, fresh-cut flowers, and something sharper underneath, catered secrets and polished expectations. Everything gleamed, gold-rimmed glasses, crystal chandeliers swaying gently above long tables draped in ivory linen. It looked like every Pinterest board had come to life in this old Virginia mansion turned luxury wedding space. I paused in the foyer, adjusting the strap of my dress, feeling slightly out of rhythm with the room's confident hum. A young server in a crisp black vest approached with the practiced smile of someone trained to smooth over awkwardness. "Miss Bennett," he asked. "That's me," I replied. He guided me to the ornate easel holding the seating chart, elegant calligraphy flowing across heavy cardstock. My eyes scanned the sections: Lauren and Derek, bridesmaids, groomsmen, immediate family. Then, at the bottom, a smaller table designation, extended support guests. My name wasn't in the family row. I pointed, voice steady but tight. There must be some mistake. I should be with family. The server glanced at the chart, then back at me gently. "You're listed under extended support."
Ma'am.
"That's your table." He gestured toward a small round table tucked near the swinging kitchen doors. Metal trays of discarded appetizers stacked beside it, the faint clatter of dishes leaking through every time the doors opened. I bit the inside of my cheek and nodded. "Thank you." He vanished efficiently, leaving me standing there processing what extended support really meant, like a temporary crutch people leaned on until they didn't need it anymore. I made my way to the table, passing Derek's side of the family, slick hair, expensive cologne, conversations full of self-congratulation. One relative glanced over and smirked. "Isn't that the helper?" Another chuckled.
Yeah.
"The one who writes the checks." I didn't flinch. Years in corporate finance had taught me to stay statue still when the wind whipped hardest. "You didn't come for them," I reminded myself. "You came for Lauren. You came because pinky promises from childhood still meant something to you." I sat down, placed the bouquet beside my purse, and tried to disappear into the linen. As the room filled with laughter and clinking glasses, my mind drifted backward. 5 years ago, hunched over my laptop after 10-hour workdays, tweaking Lauren's grad school applications for her marketing program in D.C., wiring rent money straight to her account when her freelance gigs dried up, skipping my own vacations, living on instant meals, hiding overdraft notices because family came first. The therapist's words echoed, "Don't react in the moment. Observe. Decide if it's a fire that needs water or gasoline." So I watched. No one made eye contact. My name never surfaced in the drifting speeches. Lauren thanked her nail tech in passing, but not the sister who paid the venue deposit. Then I saw the place card in front of my plate, gilded edges, Cully font, support staff. Not Rachel, not sister of the bride. Support staff. I picked it up slowly, thumb tracing the edge, then slipped it into my purse. It felt like a receipt for everything unspoken. Whatever story Lauren was telling the world about family, I wasn't in the final draft. After half-hearted nods from guests unsure whether to acknowledge me, I slipped into the side aisle for the slideshow. Soft piano underscored photos of Lauren's childhood, college years, trips with Derek, engagement shoots in golden light, my submitted clip, Polaroids from our teenage years. My own voiceover narration never appeared. The woman beside me whispered, "Odd they only used the groom's side." I nodded faintly. arms folded, chest tightening. My history was negotiable now. Erasable. I stepped into the hallway for air and saw the mounted photo displays. One from our Outer Banks vacation 6 years ago, originally Lauren, our parents, and me standing together. Here, I was cropped out cleanly, her smile wider without me. A sticky note in Lauren's handwriting. Perfect shot. The faint edit line was visible up close. Deliberate. Not careless. I stared until the hallway blurred, then walked toward the bar. A bridesmaid I barely knew stopped me. You must be exhausted from all the helping. But hey, you're not really the wedding type, right? I gripped my glass tighter. Guess I've played support staff too well. She laughed, missing the shard in my words. The evening pressed on, mingling. Curated joy. No candid moments. Only poses. I thought of nights formatting Lauren's resumes while she cried over breakups, fixing her interview outfits, protecting her image more than she ever protected mine. Nobody noticed me standing alone. This wasn't oversight. It was orchestration. Back in my hotel room that night. Charleston's no. Charlottesville's. Magnolias scented the dark. I peeled off the tight smile I'd worn, shoulders sinking. When people crop you from photos, it's only a matter of time before they erase you in real life too. I opened my laptop to the old spreadsheet. Family support tracker. Cell after cell, grad school tuition semesters, housing deposits, rent wires, therapy sessions after her last failed relationship, car repairs, floral consultations. I'd skipped conferences, lived frugally into my 30s. Lauren had hugged me tight the day her acceptance letter came. I'll never forget what you did. But memories fade when the spotlight shifts. I flipped open the notepad and listed it all. Tuition.
Rent.
Resume coaching. Dress alterations. Venue deposit. $13, $200 circled in red. I didn't want credit, but I wouldn't be the raiser either. Something shifted inside me. They will never stop unless you stop them. I scrolled to the venue contract contact and started. The whisper grew louder. Silent action is not surrender. The next morning, hazy gold sunlight filtered through the vineyard estate as I arrived early for final touches. Coordinators bustled with checklists. Classical music spilling softly. Everyone smiled courteously, appreciating the help without seeing the essential. One planner greeted me with a clipboard. Thanks for coming early. The couple appreciates everything these past weeks. We had to trim the speech schedule for pacing. Hope you were told. My jaw set. Trimmed? My draft. Sent weeks ago. Now optional. The schedule board confirmed it. Father of the bride. Maid of honor. Best man, no Rachel Bennett. 8 years of bounced rent payoffs. Counseling funding. Car loans. All optional now. Jordan, an old college friend, found me. I waited for your speech last night. Timing issues again. His eyes held quiet understanding. They're rewriting the story, and you're edited out. I excused myself to the patio, leaning on the railing, staring at the manicured gardens. How much effort to make everything look effortless. I'd spoken at every milestone. Lauren's graduation. First job. Engagement.
Now.
No title. Not forgotten, erased.
Inside.
Lauren laughed with her bridesmaids, radiant and unbothered. No guilt flickered. I texted. Noticed I'm cut from speeches. Confirming that's intentional. 3 dots appeared, then vanished. No reply. Message received. By brunch. The air thickened with heat and tension. The coordinator hesitated at the guest list. My name crossed out in red ink beside. Do not seat near front, per groom. Derek approached. Champagne flute in hand. Voice low. I admire how you keep showing up. Most would take the hint. What hint? I asked. That loyalty expires. You were always the plus one. Never the main character. Just background support. Clarity burned, not rage. I stepped closer. Some write the checks. Others collect applause. His smirk faltered. I saw the crack. From the corner, Lauren remained oblivious in her orbit. I opened my notes, venue contract clauses, deposit control. Silent action is not surrender. The sun tilted westward as Lauren posed for photos. Smile practiced and effortless. I waited until she touched up her lipstick alone. Got a moment? She glanced around. Make it quick. Why was the speech cut? I wasn't told. She folded her compact. We streamlined for pacing. You understand. Hope you enjoy dinner. She added, perfume lingering as she turned away. I didn't follow to the hall. Instead, I went to the service desk. Confirming the booking under Rachel Bennett, $13, $200 deposit paid in March. The manager printed the contract. Fine print clear. Pay reserves right to amend or cancel within 24 hours without penalty. I slid the pages into my bag. No words needed. Passing my father near the wine table. He held court, happy to help our girls get here. These things aren't cheap. I kept walking. Pride is cheap when someone else pays. Outside in my car, fuel, not sadness, filled me. I typed the full list. Florals $1,800. Catering upgrades $2,500. Dress work $450. Venue $13,200. Undisclosed gifts funneled through parents. This wasn't revenge. It was record-keeping. I called my attorney contact first. Quick question on cancellation clauses. If I pull the plug, minimum notice. You're within rights as originator. Draft language. Please. They thought they built a castle but forgot who poured the foundation and whose name was on the receipt. Cocktail hour swung into full rhythm, string quartet. Freesia-scented air. Privilege thick as the crowd. I returned wearing my late aunt's simple camel coat like armor. Eyes turned, puzzled or indifferent. The hostess scanned the list. Sorry, you're not on the final guest list. Vendor? I'm Rachel Bennett. I paid for this venue. The manager appeared quickly. Deepest apologies. Original contract error. This way. Staff scrambled for a place card. I crossed the floor. Heels echoing. Seen at last. Half an hour later. Derek cornered me at the patio bar. This isn't about you. You're making people uncomfortable. Lauren doesn't need this tonight. What she needs, I said, is a reality check. Not a fairy tale built on lies. His face darkened. She's not family. Escort her out. I didn't flinch. Sure you want to do that in front of your investor contacts and Lauren's college board guests? He froze at the public cost. Lauren appeared, whispering sharply, then stepped forward. Rachel, maybe it's best you leave gracefully. Maybe read the venue agreement first, before your name gets erased too. Her jaw tensed. I walked away through the side exit. No scene. No slammed doors. Dignity in silence. Power in documentation. Outside. Engine idling. I opened the drafted email. Urgent event sponsorship cancellation. Contract ID attached. Deposit receipt. Clause highlighted. Thumb hovered. Then sent. Effective immediately. Toasts began inside. Lights dimmed. Father's speech. Jokes about group projects. Curated timeline omitting me entirely. I watched from the back. Phone unlocked. The logistics manager took a sudden urgent call. Face shifting. Staff whispered.
Checked clipboards.
Lauren spotted me through the patio doors, storming out with bridesmaids and a cousin trailing. You ruined this. You couldn't let me have one thing. I gave you everything, I said levelly. You never saw it because it didn't come with spotlight. Garrison, Derek, snapped for security. I turned so all could hear. Call a lawyer instead. Might help. Lauren stilled with realization. This isn't about money. It's about control. No, I replied. It's about thinking you could erase me while cashing my checks. I walked away. Recording saved just in case. A guest whispered nearby. Wait, wasn't she paying for all this? I smiled faintly. Not anymore. Morning after. Hotel suite silent and empty. Venue text, event officially cancelled. Funds processing. Bridesmaid text, you okay? Reply, never clear. Charlottesville moved on, joggers. Coffee sippers, oblivious to the implosion. I scrolled old messages. Forwarding a year-old drunk text from Derek, inappropriate compliment about being the prettier sister. Sent to Lauren without comment. Truth needs no stage. Just light. Drove to parents' house. Niece Lila barreled into me. Aunt R. Why weren't you at Mommy's party? Sometimes grown-ups forget the people who help most. But we still love them. She whispered. I won't forget you. Nearly broke me. No calls from Lauren.
Dad.
Or Mom. Avoidance confessed everything. I didn't break the family. I stopped pretending I belonged. 2 days later. Silence persisted. No wedding. No highlights. I printed bound packets of invoices, color-coded. Tabbed. Receipts real. Mailed to parents. Lauren's apartment. Derek's firm with cover. You can erase names. But not numbers. Consequences followed. Derek pulled from client-facing role pending review. Lauren's accounts went private, then vanished. PR gossip picked up the story. Reputation built on borrowed money dissolves quickly. I filed originals away. Closed. Justice doesn't always need court. A spreadsheet suffices. That night. Unrecognized number. You've made your point. Now what? Reply. Now I live. Find a new story without my funding. 1 week of silence. Mornings with undistracted coffee. Relief. Not loneliness. No apologies meant they weren't ready for truth. Found the folded note I'd left on Lauren's chair. You can erase my name from the chart. You can erase my fingerprints from every inch of this wedding. Blurry photo hit Reddit. Viral silent sister mic drop. I didn't engage. Some memories box. Not burn. Video call from Lila. Are you still mad at Mommy? Not mad. Making sure I don't get erased again. I won't forget you. Heart unclenched. Updated LinkedIn. Public speaker on event strategy. Boundary training. Reputation repair. Once you stop holding space for those who never showed up, room opens for those who will. Mother's thick envelope arrived, half apology. Half blood thicker than pride. Underline the line in red. DNA doesn't override dignity. Held it gently.
Drawer for someday.
Unblocked Lauren. Try again when ready to tell truth to someone who's already seen it.
Sent.
Phone face down. At company banquet. Warm lights. Audience knowing me for work. Not guilt-assigned roles. I lost my place in a story that never belonged to me. But strongest boundaries come from knowing the cost of being ignored. Greatest peace follows choosing yourself. In turn whispered later. That wedding story, true? Names changed. Receipts real. Nomi sent the blog link. Quiet one holds loudest legacy. Final paragraph echoed my truth. Walking past a photo studio. Watched a perfect framed family. No flinch. They once erased me. So, I built my own frame. The question lingers, when the outsider finally holds the receipt. Does family rewrite the ending? Or simply find a new wallet? Some stories end not with forgiveness, but with the quiet power of walking away. Receipt in hand, future unwritten.